What is up, Mav fans and hoop heads? Wish everyone good vibes out there. I'm AG, your host. Welcome on into another episode of Mavs Rundown. Appreciate you all for listening. And unfortunately, Mavs fall below 500 on this unfortunate loss to Minnesota at Minnesota, 116 to 106. Luka ejected in the third. Just a whole bunch of nonsense, to be honest. This game, not even from the rest, from our Mavericks too as well. I'll go ahead and get right into this, man. This was, if you looked at this on the calendar, and not before the year, but like right now, my bad. If you looked at the schedule tonight and you looked at this game and you saw that Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns was missing from the Timberwolves, and the Mavs were only missing Tim, Dwight Powell, Josh Green, and Maxey, of course. But we had Luka, Spencer, and Seawood, our main three guys, and they were missing Towns and Gobert. This should have been a Dallas W. And unfortunately, we fell early, and this was even before the ejection of Luka. Unfortunately, if you're just now hearing about this game, yeah. So let's go ahead and get right into it, because in the first quarter, man, things were great. First quarter is something that the Mavs could look back and build upon, I feel like. But the first quarter, I really don't have too many negative things. Honestly, not many. Like they ran. Seawood started tonight. He was a starting center, along with Luka and Spencer back, and they also had Dodo and Reggie as two tall, wing 3-and-D type guys out there, with those guys out there. And man, in the first quarter again, things were amazing. Luka and Christian Wood ran a pick and roll, literally the first play of the game, and Christian Wood got an and one. Like, what? Like, it was so ironic. It wasn't even funny, man. Like, everything was just working so easy. The offense was just flowing. Christian Wood was doing great offensively and defensively, passing it out to guys. Everybody finding the open guy, dribble, penetrate, or whatever. Like, everything was just looking smooth tonight, and it was really, or in the first quarter, excuse me, in the first quarter, it was really good. Kimba was the first sub too, of course, with Tim out and Josh Green. So cool to see that Kimba's still playing. He actually did pretty well. I don't know what he finished. He finished with 14 tonight. But yeah, he was the first sub, and just wanted to note that. Dodo, I thought, man, he had a fucking great block attempt on a fast break around like it was like 18-18, because unfortunately they got a three out right after he got the block. But man, like, he chased down the dude and got a block on his dunk attempt. It was really nice. I had to note that one. And Seawood, later on in the first quarter, he had a dunk on McDaniels off a pick and roll with Frank, out of all people. Which, I mean, I guess is pretty easy. Just, dribble around, give it right to him. And Seawood did the rest. Drove the basket right on McDaniels, and he thought he would maybe go up for like the and one. He just elevated it, just slammed it, two hands, right on McDaniels' head. It was pretty tough. It was dope. Mavs run 11-2 run to end the quarter, up 30-21 at the end of one. And then the second quarter happened, and the rest of the game, which the Mavs kind of just fell apart. Second quarter happens, and the Mavs offense just becomes extremely stagnant. Turnovers obviously don't help, and those started to happen. But offensively, guys were just kind of lingering along the three-point line, weren't really trying to penetrate, weren't being aggressive like they were in the first. It was like a complete 360 of everything. It was like, what is going on? And that let the T-Wolves, the young T-Wolves, kind of gain momentum. They started making, a shot or two, and they just gained momentum with our offense not doing anything. They easily start going on these runs. If our offense is doing terrible. I heard one stat. There was I don't remember one point. We only scored 2 points to there or whatever. But at one point it was a 28-7 T-Wolf run. I think it was to close the quarter. it was terrible. So it's 57-44 at halftime. Luka 13, 4 and 5, Spence 10, Seawood had 6 points, 10 rebounds. As a team, we shot 38% from the field and 36% from three as a team, and it was just that bad, that type of night. Third quarter it continued, and then a little bit later on, what was it, with 2 minutes left at 85-69, Luka does a patented, post up on, who was it? I don't remember who it was. Does a post up, gets the guy biting on biting on his post up move where he does a fake to the left. I think he did a fake to the left, and he got him to pump, got the pump fake up and got him bite in the air, and then turned to the right shoulder to try to get the foul on him. And honestly, it should have been a foul. Dude was all over and didn't give him any room. He should have had the room to be able to put a shot up. So obviously, it should have been a foul. Didn't get called. And Luka did not like that. He yells on the ref. Basically took that play off. Sitting on the floor like, are you serious? And then luckily not luckily, but Reggie Bullock ends up taking not a take foul, but they get all the way down to the court. He stops the 4-on-5 break, and basically Luka comes back down, walks back down. He's yelling at the referee, and he says something to the dude. And whatever he said, dude, quick teed him up. He didn't have any technicals so far in this game. He teed him up and then did the throw out symbol. So he just threw him out, 2 techs in a row. Boom, boom. And then, of course, with that, J Kidd, he steps on the court and he starts going at it. Of course, he gets thrown out, which that was honestly, for me, it was good to see, because it was honestly, if it didn't happen, it would have been bad. But good to see him stick up for his guy. And apparently they were talking. I didn't even know about this. I'm sure a lot of people maybe on Twitter and stuff like that know about it, and keep up with like the whole referee stuff. But apparently this referee has history with Luka and stuff. That's just what I heard or whatnot. Maybe what I heard, but apparently that's true. And honestly, it was a completely weak, and it was a bitch ass toss out. To be honest, yeah, it wasn't called for. Maybe a tech, but not completely throw him out. Like, it was crazy. It's still an 85-69 game. Like, I mean, if you want to throw the game, go ahead, throw a guy out in the third quarter. Like, boom, okay, you made it obvious. Anyway, moving forward, 94-74 into 3. Fourth quarter, dude, if we're going to blow out minutes, if we're already down 20, I'd much rather see Jaden Hardy out there than fucking Frank Ntilikina. I'm sorry, Frank, but give his minutes to either Kemba or Jaden Hardy. I don't want Frank out there, like, especially in blowout minutes. If we're gonna play throughout the game where we need his defense, and he's actually making a couple threes, then okay. But if not, if we're doing blowout minutes, put Jaden Hardy's ass out there instead of Frank. Well, I don't know what we're doing. He did some crazy shit too in the fourth where I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, he made one pull up jumper from the midi. Other than that, he had 2 or 3 ridiculous plays to go along with that where you're just like, what are you doing? Like, sorry, but has Frank ever even averaged 30 points per game? Because Jaden Hardy's doing that right now in the G League. So Mavs either need to trade him or bench him, or just they just need to stop playing, because it's ridiculous. Good to see my dude Latvian Laser. I'm about to post the meme, or not the meme, but the dude that looks like him. He had 50 points in the third quarter. I posted the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde from the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen movie. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. That was pretty dope. But the guy turns into Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, basically becomes like the Hulk, and that's basically Bertans. Whenever he's shooting, man, when he's off, he's Dr. Jekyll, and then whenever he's fucking on fire, he turns into Mr. Hyde, starts like going out and killing motherfuckers. Like, he's just a sniper on deck. Had 15 in the fourth, as I said. Like, was killing it. He actually made his first one. Damn, what quarter? I think it was in the first half. He had his first 3 he made before all the rest of his points in the fourth quarter. But his first 3 he made was a side step 3. Not a step. It was a size. It was off the dribble, sidestep 3. Like, and he swished, nothing but net. Like, and he probably knew, like, all right, this is my type of night. I just need to get some more shots up. And finally, in that fourth quarter, he got his shot. So he had 15 in the fourth. Man, was almost, even the Timberwolves fans there were cheering when he started hitting threes. They want to see more go in. It was pretty dope to see as just a, basketball fan watching the game. But the end of the game, it's 116-106. That doesn't really indicate the real. This is mainly a blowout. It was just unfortunate to see the Mavs just kind of fall flat in this. I don't understand. This one kind of has me upset. Don't even want to do a long pod on this. I'm already about 11 minutes in, so we're kind of good on this. You can't just stop doing what gets you going, but that's kind of a microcosm of this whole season. Like, we're just not sticking with what got us there. That goes with personnel and style of play and everything. Like, it's just really crazy. Not sticking to what got us the lead and stuff. Kind of getting complacent. But man, that's 500 basketball, and that's where we end up. Now we are officially under 500 basketball. So how about that, Dallas Mavericks? Go through the stats. I guess I will. Luka 19, 6, 7. Before he got tossed out. Spencer's finished with 20, 2 and 7. Good shooting, 6 of 13, 5 of 10 from the 3. Seawood only 15 points, 4 of 11 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3. Wish he would have had a little bit more shots. 13 rebounds. It was good to see him do that. Assist, steal, 2 blocks. Did some good stuff though. Dodo, 9 points, big. What was it, like third quarter? We started hitting a couple of threes, but not enough. Reggie with a 0 for 3, man. Obviously not enough. Bertans finished with 18. He is a +9. Our bench did pretty well, but the starters lost this one. They didn't finish the aggressiveness. Kimba in his 24 minutes finished with 14 points though, 33 or 9 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3. I feel like it's still early. It's only like his second real full game he's played, so I feel like his jumper will come around eventually. 7 of 7 from the free throw line, like that. 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Frank played, Theo played, but these pluses they don't even really matter because bench, it was garbage time. No one really give a fuck. Their side, Anthony Edwards kind of went off. Had a really good game, 27, 13, and 9. Kind of got what he wanted. We let Nas Reed go off for 27 on it. 27-13. Like, what the fuck? He just put up a fucking Karl Anthony Towns game on us. Like, fucking embarrassing. Like, I got an episode coming up. We're going to do one with my boy Lakers Clips, and we're talking about all Mavs. And, man, this team needs a fixing. It needs a fixing. 15-16 with no COVID problems and stuff like that. Like last year, like this is bad news, man. Mavs definitely got to make a move to try to re-energize this team like last year, because this shit is not working at all. Let me go ahead and get into the. God damn it! Try to get into the schedule. So they played tonight at Minnesota. We play them again, so hopefully this rematch we can get back up at 500. If we lose this rematch, it's gonna be a very sad pod Wednesday night. But we play them Wednesday night, December 21st at Minnesota at 7:00. So y'all get ready for that one. Mavs better come out with a big swing and punch, because man, we cannot fall behind under 500. This is not that team, and I don't feel like this will happen. Not to predict forehand, but definitely one we need to go out and get a dub on. Everyone should be ready for that one. So and come out angry because it's at Minnesota. They're sitting there, so they should be sitting in Minnesota in that cold ass weather, just so pissed off at all this everything that's happened. So hopefully come out and get a dub. That's pretty much all I got for y'all tonight. If you want to follow on Twitter, it's at Mavs_rundown. The Mavs Rundown is free on YouTube along with Spotify. Yo, I'm AG. Thanks for listening. Remember, cool heads prevail, and I'll see y'all next time on the Mavs Rundown.